he gets trained on his third year to be able to take care of the rodeo. So he starts out with one concession stand, then he switches over to the other concession stand at the event. And when I say concession stand, everything that goes on at the rodeo is put on by volunteers. And so what happens is we have an east and a west side. So the third VP takes one of the concession stands, the second VP takes the other, and then the first VP is in charge of the entire event. So as you progress up the line, you take on more and more responsibilities of the rodeo. Well, there's a whole army out there that makes this thing happen.
And our wives.
And our wives. That's the intricate part to this whole thing. So, but it's a huge undertaking between the sponsors and the community, go out and making relationships. They take care of us. They make us who we are. If it wasn't for the community support, we certainly wouldn't be as large as we are today. So we owe a big thank you to all of our sponsors. They really step up every year and take care of us. Phillips, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. Mr. Steve Treadway over there really takes care of us, and we had to plug him this morning because he's probably listening to us. He'll probably be an anonymous caller here shortly. But it's a huge thing. It takes about a year. We start planning a year in advance, getting all our rodeo meetings. We meet once a month, and now we're down to every week. We meet once a week, and Wednesdays normally at the Shrine Club we meet, and tonight will be our last meeting before our actual setup, which begins next Wednesday. So if anybody's around, they want to come by and stop by and see us. It's a kind of a wrap-up meeting, get everything going, but it'll be at 6 o'clock tonight at the Shrine Club. So
a purely for-profit performance of any kind, whether it's a play, a rock concert, anything, if it's purely for profit, there's a lot of money that gets invested in it with the hopes that you'll come out of that with a little bit more money than you put into it. In your case, you obviously have to spend money to do this, and then you give it all away.
Well, this is a not-for-profit event.
So the word profit doesn't apply. But I mean, the same concept is there, with the exception is there's nobody getting rich. There's children getting helped.
Correct.
So what's the cutoff point? How much is it fair to ask? How much does this cost?
Wow. At better than $60,000.
Wow.
And that's upfront cost that has to go out between the purses and the PRCA and all of the services that are offered for the event, the licensing, the permitting, the stock contractors, the arena itself. I mean, we have huge community support, but it still costs us around $60,000 to put this thing on. And so that's upfront money. That's where our sponsors come in. That's where the hard work comes in. And so that's what we try to do. That's what it's all about. This rodeo in the last 30 years has generated about $1.4 million that has been donated to the hospital. We have 22 hospitals that we fund. Our closest hospital is in Tampa. That hospital takes care of orthopedic problems, orthopedic issues with children under the age of 18. They make all of their prosthetics down there. They make all their wheelchairs down there. Everything is done in-house. They've partnered with the University of South Florida, which is an amazing partnership. If anybody gets an opportunity, they're down in Tampa, they can stop by. It's a free tour of the hotel. We're very proud of it. Hospital. I say hotel, but it is. It looks like a hotel. When you go there, it doesn't feel like a hospital. Those kids are absolutely in love. They're in love with the doctors. They're in love with the facility. They're in love with everything that they're doing.
Are all the children there suffering from burns, or are they other issues?
The hospital in Tampa is an orthopedic hospital, so they deal with orthopedic issues from not being able to walk to deformities to different things of that nature. We do have a burn hospital, which is in Cincinnati. Again, we have 22 hospitals around the country. It's a huge conglomerate. Our local hospital where our kids are located go to the Tampa hospital. If we have a child in our area that needs attention at another hospital, we will transport them to that hospital wherever it is, free of charge.
That's our Buckaroo this year.
That's our Buckaroo. Yes. Our Buckaroo is a young man that has some spine issues and some body issues to where he has a full body cast. And what they do, and little Jameson he's just an awesome kid. He's an awesome little young man. But every 3 months that we fly him up to Pennsylvania, and they put a full body cast on him. They put him to sleep, and they stretch his body out.
Erie, PA.
Yep, in Erie, PA.
Wow.
They stretch him out, put the cast on him, and then they fly him back home. Well, little Jameson was over at the club Saturday night. We had our annual rodeo kickoff dance, and I'll tell you what, you'd have never thought anything was wrong with this little guy. He was dancing and having a good time with the princess out there on the dance floor, and just enjoying himself. It was an awesome time.
How old is he?
I believe Jameson is 4 or 5.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I think he just turned 5, but just an awesome kid, an absolute awesome kid.
And I guess this is kind of personal, but just to give us an understanding, what's the financial circumstances of his family? Are they?
We don't ask that. We don't ask that.
Oh, really?
It's none of our business.
We don't know anything about their financial end or anything like that.
It doesn't matter to us.
Do the Cowboys obviously are athletes? I mean, I've seen the rodeo. You guys are unbelievable how you do what you do. And Ruben, do you still do what you did all these years?
Just a lot slower.
A lot slower.
Older cows.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to make a comment on something you said up front there about the slogan "Cowboys Ride to Help Children Walk," and you wondering where that came from. When we sat down and I was able to convince some of the leaders in the Shrine Club back in 1983 to do the rodeo. One of my friends at the time, he handled public relations for Mid-State Federal. His name was Gene Hester. And Gene, I got him involved to help me on I guess you'd say the promotions and stuff like that. And we were sitting in his office one evening right after I got to go ahead to do the rodeo, and we were talking about it. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. Gene spun a piece of paper into his typewriter, and he looked at his typewriter for a moment, and then he put his fingers on the keys, and the first thing he typed out was "Cowboys Ride to Help Children Walk."
Wow.
And that's been there ever since.
It's almost like an inspiration from God, kind of a thing.
To me, that's how that's still in my heart.
Yeah.
So, but and another comment, we're talking about the funds and everything. We started the rodeo out in 1983 without any money, zero funds.
I believe that. Yeah.
And at the end of the rodeo that year, the dust had settled, so to speak, on the arena, and we'd paid all our obligations, and that first year we were able to turn in $30,000 to the hospital.
Gosh, that must have been exciting.
That's basically what was left in the checking account. Wow. So we paid the entire amount of balance, what was left in the checking account. We wrote out a check to the hospitals.
Wow.
So each year we typically start out with zero funds. The good Lord's blessed us, kept us in line, and made it work for us. So if it worked for us the first year, we feel like 31 years later it's still going to work for us.
So I'm guessing you have the entire spectrum of donors. You have the guy who can only afford $1 and they hand it to you, and maybe somebody with deeper pockets in the community helps you out. I'm guessing it's the whole spectrum. Am I right?
Yes, but we also tell people that if you can't make a donation, the ticket that you purchase, that's a donation to the hospitals.
That's right.
All the monies that comes in, and we hopefully we're able to generate enough funds to pay our bills before we have to use anything out of ticket money. So if you buy a ticket, you're basically making a donation to the hospitals.
Is that true for concessions too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And you
Everything.
have two rodeos going on, though. You have the special rodeo for the shrine patients themselves. Will the little buckaroo and the princess be going to that one?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Participating?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That'll be Saturday night, and that starts at 6 o'clock. And what that is that is open to our patients. It's called a special rodeo. They get paired up with a cowgirl or a cowboy, and they get to go through a series of events mimicking the rodeo. So they have a bucking event, they have a horse riding event, they have a barrel racing event. There's different things that mimic the actual events that take place in the rodeo, and that's their time. They are in the middle of the arena. It's all about them, and it is a huge thing. They all get a trophy at the end of the night, and they get a little T-shirt and a hat, and it is just amazing. And what's amazing about it is this has been going on for 30 years. When you see a princess or a buckaroo or one of those patients come back 15 or 20 years after they participated in that special event, the joy on their face, and they remember that day. And so that's what's cool about it.
And you see this every year, I'm sure.
Every single year.
By the way, any way you can hook me up with a cowgirl? I couldn't resist.
We might better get you a T-shirt. I don't know about a cowgirl.
A T-shirt.
Is the rodeo a sanctioned event so that when the real cowboys are riding and stuff, they can get the points into their buckles
yes,
and things?
Yes, ma'am. It's sanctioned by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. So the monies or points that they earn here qualifies them for the Southeastern Circuit Finals Rodeo, which is held in November in Davie, Florida, and the Southeastern Circuit is consisted of 9 southeastern states. Some of the cowboys in our circuit also will compete at the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas in December.
Oh, wow.
So.
That is nice.
You know, I noticed on the poster there's no star cowboy name. Like, you don't say featuring and then the name of one cowboy. Is that by choice, or I'm sure some of the cowboys who are there have well-known names.
Listen, if you're willing to get on a bull or get on a horse, you're a star. I don't care who you
so
are.
you don't want to single anybody out.
That's right. I mean, these
they're all
animals
stars.
Yeah.
These animals are for real. They're big. They're loud. They're mean.
Yeah.
They're going to come out. It's truly a professional event. If you come to this and see it, you'll certainly get your money's worth. These guys travel all over the Southeast.
So how do you get them? How do you interest them? This is their profession. How do you get them to say, okay, I'll do a day for free? How do you get them to do that?
That's a loaded
You're talking about the bull or the cowboy? But, featuring anybody, we don't. But this gentleman on our poster here is a friend of mine. His name's Chip Dees. He actually won the bareback riding event.
Oh, wow.
That year.
That's a great photo, by the way.
And he's from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Hopefully he enters and comes to our rodeo this year. So.
Robin and I had the honor a couple of years ago of being invited to the children's thing, the early event that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
And man, it was sweet. I mean, it was just so sweet to watch that, and I don't know. Robin got some great photos from that.
I can assure you there's not a dry eye in the place.
It gives you a whole new vision, too, of those cowboys.
Yeah.
When they are out there with those
You're
children.
right. You're right. Yeah. I mean, as rough as you think they are because
Yes.
of what they can do, they're also gentle.
Oh,
Without
yes.
a doubt. We had a buckaroo a couple years ago. It was Duke Miller's year, and the young man, we had to pick him up and put him in the back of the truck and move him around manually. He wasn't able to walk by himself.
Oh, boy.
He came back the next year and was able to walk and participate and do it on his own. And to have something like that
Wow,
that
that's
hits
cool.
you home right here in Ocala. I mean, this isn't in another town
That's
somewhere
right.
in another state. It's right here in Ocala.
Yeah.
And to take a young man that can't walk, can't do anything on his own, and in 1 year's time be able to walk and participate. Now listen, he was wobbly. He wasn't running a marathon by any means, but he was able to do it on his own. And to see his eyes and to see the determination in him to be able to make that happen is why we do what we do. We put in many blood, sweat, and tear hours year after year after year, but to see a little man do that
No
is
comparison.
amazing.
It's all worthwhile.
Exactly.
You're not kidding.
Our princess from last year has been so inspired. Little Juju is riding horses this year, and she's learning how to ride.
Wow.
And they're going to teach her how to barrel race so that she can participate in the Special Olympics, which these
Awesome.
2 young men down here are involved in.
This is just a perfect event for our community. The horse industry is still thriving, I'm hoping,
Without a doubt.
in our area. So that's a good thing. Do you the ticket price I wanted to mention is very affordable. Let's see, what does it say? $30 for 2 adults and 2 children? Is that right?
That's a family
Family.
package ticket.
Family.
For Friday night.
You can't beat that.
To clarify, so everybody's on the same page, it's a Friday night special. You have to buy them in advance at one of our ticket outlets. Ticket outlets are Tack Shack 2, Big Sun Products, Russell's Western Wear, all Seminole Feed stores, Clover Leaf Tackle in Williston, Bellevue Bottle Gas in Bellevue, Boot Barn in Ocala, Gainesville, Fruitland Park, Spar Building and Farm Supply. The family pack is a $30 family pack in advance that gets you the purchase of 2 adults and 2 children 11 and under. That's very important because we have people that try to come on Saturday and get a family pack, and it's not available on Saturday night. It's only available on Friday night.
Now that's what we have tickets that we're giving away to, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yep.
tickets we're giving
2
away.
pair.
So
we got the
actually, Robin just handed me a note that we've got a pair.
2.
So we got 2 tickets.
Right.
And each one of those tickets is good for 2 adults and 2 children. So it's 4 adults, 4 children. We're going to give away 2 of them. In other words, you get to, you and 3 of your friends and 4 of your children, right? I guess how that works. If you call in right now and just tell us why you love the Ocala Shrine Rodeo. or maybe why you would like to see it if you've never seen it. I wonder how many people have never seen the rodeo or any rodeo. Do you ever run into people like that have never actually been to any rodeo?
Most people have heard of the Ocala Shrine Rodeo in our local area. I mean, when you travel outside of our jurisdiction, there are some people that haven't been to a rodeo, but most people around here have been touched by it in some way, shape, or form. It's been here a long time.
Very long, yeah.
So if you're a native, if you've been around here a while, you've seen it, you've heard about it, you've had a patient or you know somebody that's been touched by it. We get stories all the time about, you helped my brother back 15 years ago, he got burned, he had orthopedic, whatever it was.
Dog bite.
Exactly. And so you get all kinds of stories, and it's just an amazing, amazing thing. You don't realize how many people you touch with an event like this. We encourage people to get off the sidelines, get involved, come help us. We do the rodeo, it's our premier event, but we do a lot of other events throughout the year. We do rib sales, we collect cans out at the Shrine Club, we collect canned tops, we do paper drives, we do all kinds of stuff. We do carnivals, we do circuses. There's all kinds of events throughout the year that we do. So come get involved. If you don't have the money, that's fine. We always use free labor. Free labor is...
Elbow grease is sometimes worth more than
Keith,
money.
what do you do when you're not doing the rodeo? What's your...
He talks a lot.
I make the joke I'm a professional volunteer, but I'm a general contractor. I work for myself. I'm a native. I'm fifth generation in Marion County. We've been here a long time. But the Shrine is my passion. This is what I'm involved with. I love it. I mean, you see the kids. You get to meet the people.
Right.
It's an amazing, amazing thing. So
Keith is a lot like myself. I have 4 children, 4 grandchildren, and every one of them are healthy, just as Keith's family, all his children are very healthy.
Yeah.
We owe.
You're right. We were looking at a story. Oh, I can't remember. It was some celebrity, and somebody with a sick child. Who was it? I can't remember. But anyway, we were saying, I think God put some kind of a burden on all of us. And whatever my burden is, I thank God for it because He didn't give me the burdens of these children and the parents and the families.
I don't think they consider it a burden.
no.
I don't think that at all.
No,
That's a nice thing to say.
They don't. They don't think of it that way. I met a young
It's a
man
love
down
child.
in Tampa one time.
Well, that's a beautiful thing to say. Yeah.
I met a
The
young
good
man
Lord
down
will
in-
only give you what you can handle.
Amen. Amen. And I don't think we won't be remembered for ourselves. We're going to be remembered what we've done while we were here on earth. And so for me, my personal goal every day is to make a difference in somebody's life. And my little small part of this is to be able to make a difference in these kids' lives and to raise that money to help them.
Right.
And so, but we can take that to a whole nother level. I mean, every day it's about humanity. It's about the people around us and our environment, our community, and you guys taking the time to let us come here and put our message out there, and the people walking by the window that are waving at us. I mean, to just be able to make that small difference in somebody's life every day is what it's all about. So,
Yeah.
Now, Larry, we do have fun. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah, it sounds like you do. Yeah. Well, I know you do. I mean, I've watched you. It looks like fun. So at that moment when the show starts, that's when you have the most fun. Am I right?
Starting
No, sir.
last Saturday.
Really?
When Sunday is done, that's when we have fun, because all the stress is over and
okay.
we can put everything away. But the rodeo,
Is there stage fright involved? I mean, what's more?
Let me make a comment. In all these years, as talking about having fun, every performance when we do the national anthem, my heart swells up and I still get chills, and that's when we
That's
get
awesome.
proud.
Amen.
And to do this event.
Amen.
Because you know what? You might not be able to do it in every country in this world.
So true.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a big undertaking. Just to give a little bit of what happens. Last Saturday night we had our rodeo kickoff dance, which is where we invited all of our sponsors, our
Big
Princess
Joe.
Center Buckaroo. Big Joe was there. We had a good time. It was a big prime rib dinner. Had a lot of people. This week will consist of prepping to get ready, and this Saturday we will actually start setting up for the rodeo at the livestock pavilion. So we'll start setting up the panels and the buck and chutes and all the equipment that goes into the arena. And then next week we'll transform that livestock pavilion into our main event. We'll have our tents will be set up, our fryers will be set up, all of our griddles, the signs, the advertising, all of the things
Chutes.
the chutes, everything that makes it happen. And so this rodeo takes 2 weeks to prepare in the physicality portion of that. And that's not out the sponsors and all of the advertising, everything happens before that. So you're talking 2 weeks worth of manual labor. Well, then we have the performance, which will be Friday night. Then we'll run slack, which is where the overflow of contestants will run. So we won't get out of the arena till 2 o'clock in the morning Friday. So it'll actually be Saturday morning we'll get out of the event. And then Saturday we have our special rodeo at 6 o'clock, and then the main event starts at 7:30. Well, when we get done with the event on Saturday night, we have to break down that entire arena in one night. So you have 2 weeks worth of setup, and in one night you take it all down. And so the army of volunteers that comes out.
Wow, that puts it into perspective.
There you go. The army of volunteers that come out to put all of that away is amazing. There'll be 40 or 50 people out there on Saturday night. We won't get done till
Big Joe.
Hey, there's Big Joe. There's Big Joe.
You're late, Joe. You're late. Get in here, Joe.
So the army of people Saturday night, we'll pack everything up in trailers, take all the tents down. They won't even know that we've been at that facility when we leave out of there Saturday night.
Wow. Yeah, and then Keith knows not to talk to me for about 3 or 4 days.
We have a little bit of separation that
You
goes
guys
on.
are awesome. I love what you do. I love the spirit that you brought to the studio this morning. Thank you for doing what you do. That's the big thank you, because obviously you're making huge impacts. I love the philosophy that's been expressed, many of them. I mean, you guys are awesome in many ways.
Larry, I'd like to also add, though, the rodeo is there to support the patients. And if anybody out there knows a child that can can use our services,
Right.
all they have to contact is any Blue Lodge or come down to the Shrine Club and just give us the name and number, and we will take it from there.
Okay.
Nice.
Just call
hospital.
Just call us.
They can
You
call
wanna give a number?
They can call the Ocala Shrine Club 694-1515.
Okay.
And they call the Ocala Shrine Club. They can leave a message. It's completely anonymous. We're not allowed to get involved because of the HIPAA laws. What we will do is we will give them a telephone number for admissions. They will contact the local hospital, which is in Tampa. They will make a consultation. They'll make an appointment. They'll review all the medical records. If we can help that child, we will help that child. A few years ago, a ruling was made through our organization. We used to not accept any patients that had insurance. And there was a window of kids, of children that we couldn't touch. And so our leaders have made a decision that we will accept insurance only to get access to the kids. What happens is they may have a deductible that needs to be made, but we work through that deductible.
We cover it.
And we cover that deductible. So what that does is that allows us to get to kids that we were not able to get to before.
Wow.
Not for the purpose of the insurance, for the purpose of getting to the children.
Right.
And so it is completely 100% free to the patient and their families. We transport them, we take care of them. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And so if there's a young man or a young lady under the age of 18 that has orthopedic, any burn issues, cleft lip, facial reconstruction, we handle all of that. And
Animal bites.
you can go to our webpage. It will send you to different links, OcalaShriners.com. That'd be www.OcalaShriners.com.
Okay.
Our ticket information is on there. You can go to OcalaRodeo.com.
Okay.
You can go to Morocco Temple. There's all kinds of different links that they can go to, but that's what we're about. For rodeo information, call 352-402-8808.
Or to use credit card.
You can do credit card for prepayment. For advanced tickets, we have box seats available. We still have box seats available for Friday night, so they're going quick. So if anybody wants box seats, please give us a call. We'd be happy to set you up with that.
All right. And we have the information here for the listeners. If you need it repeated over the phone, we can do that for you.
We also want to mention, too, that we are sponsored by the Marion County Board of County Commissioners.
Just read it off the poster.
I got dry lip. We are also sponsored by the Ocala Visitors and Convention Bureau,
Okay.
and we need to get that out there as well, because we need a special thank you.
Really,
It all supports our community.
good people all involved in this. Yeah.
We have numerous community sponsors, and then that's just really what it boils down to. Between the Star Banner and the Visitors Bureau and the Marion County Commission, Marion County Fire Rescue, City of Ocala. I mean, it's just a huge partnership, and that's the way we look at it. It's a relationship that we partner with these entities to make this happen. And if it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't be here 30 years, I can assure you.
Keith?
And if it wasn't for the fans, yes, sir.
I just want. We just had a time. I don't want to interrupt, but I just want to thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for coming in here.
Thanks for having us.
And Keith Poole, Tracy Pick, Good to see you again, by the way.
You too.
Thank you for coming in. Ruben Lamb, you are like the star in my mind because you were in my living room for 4 months. So. and Barry Decker, you guys
Very
are awesome, all of
amazing.
you. Thank you so much for what you're doing and for coming in here to share it with us. You're friends of this station, and just love you guys.
Love the new location, too.
Yes.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
too.
Very nice.
You should see it when school lets out. It's really busy out there. All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. Call us if you need any of that information. If you're listening later on, we'll be giving away more tickets to the rodeo,
Yes.
by the way. We'll take a little break. Be right back.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new